Happy Friday.
That's right.
We're not quite as prepared as we were supposed to be. We had some unexpected stuff to deal with this weekend, and I won't go into too much detail, but just a little PSA. If you have elderly friends or relatives in your circle, you might want to check in on them and talk about how to not be taken in by scammers.
Yes.
Yes, we spent the afternoon with on the phone with banks and the sheriff's office and some other people trying to help someone in our lives who had very nearly been taken in by a scam. It didn't happen, but it's very common. So check in on your elderly folks and make sure they if something pops up on their computer and says they need to call a phone number, don't do it.
Don't call that phone number.
Don't call that phone number. Yeah, call us. Tell them to call us.
The person they wound up calling was Ron Reno from Microsoft.
Who doesn't actually exist.
Who, for some reason, needed $13,000 to save the day, yes.
Yeah.
But
not on our watch.
We put a stop to that. You're not going to spend our inheritance. Not like that.
At least not that chunk of it. Okay. Let's do Market Minute, where we talk about... I forgot to say the intro. Thank you for joining us for TGIF San Diego, where we keep you updated on the market, share the latest San Diego buzz, and kick off the weekend together. Now, let's do Market Minute, where you talk about the market for 1 minute.
Excuse me.
Are you ready?
Just one second.
Okay. Make sure you're all the way ready. Are we good?
I think so.
Okay. Hang on. Where's the timer? Okay. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, this week in San Diego real estate, inventory continued to climb past 5,500 on its way to 5,600. I am expecting to see this continue to rise as it did last year, probably into the 7,000s or so. New listings holding pretty steady, pending sales up a little bit, although pending sales, if you go all the way back to the first of the year and beyond, have been about the same. So this rising inventory and static pending sales are going to cause prices to do what they did last year, which was be going up at the beginning of the year, and then by summer coming down, and then going back up into the fall and new year. And this is all a function of inventory. A few less price reductions over the last, over the last few days. Interest rates at 6.23, which is better than they were last week, and we hope they'll be better next week.
All right. Well, it's we'll take what we can get. What does that look?
I don't know. I'm just making my Eugene Levy face.
That's your I'm happy that interest rates are at least going in the right direction.
It's my Eugene Levy face.
Okay.
With the eyebrows that go up.
All right. I think we need some animal news. What do you think? Animal news?
Grr, yes.
Okay, so at the Wild Animal Park, which is called something else for the last 20 years or so, but I still call it the Wild Animal Park, there's all kinds of new baby animals being born. And one of the most recent ones is a poodoo, which is the world's smallest species of deer. Oh. So if this is a newborn and it's the world's smallest species of deer, this could be the very smallest deer in the whole world, this deer here. I'm going to say that it is.
Okay.
Female fawn born over the weekend. Now, you got to give it up to the poodoo, because they were just born this weekend and they're already getting around. I mean, a human baby, it's born and it can't walk around or do any of this stuff. So, it's a cute little deer, and it's already doing some deer stuff.
I think it's evolved that way because in nature, if it lays around for 9 months, it's going to get eaten.
Yeah, well, nevertheless, it's good for you.
Yes.
Chile, Argentina, eating fallen fruit, leaves, twigs. All right, good job. Okay, let's move on.
All these old phones I have here.
You have that's probably just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it is. Those are just the old phones from like the last couple of years. Anyway.
Weekend events. So the Renaissance Fair is this weekend and next weekend too in Escondido. My friend Jackie is having a birthday event at the Renaissance Fair, and I think I might be busy that day. So this is the closest I've ever been to going to the Renaissance Fair, although I still don't think that I could make it. Costume attire encouraged, not required. I don't have any specific Renaissance outfits, but I have like a really cool chainmail outfit and like a dragon costume and some different stuff from various shows I've been in. But anyway, I probably won't get a chance to wear them at the Renaissance Fair, but I could.
They've got big turkey legs, nourishment, beer, wine, mead.
Jousting, battle reenactments, live entertainment, weapon and trinket shops. Oh, we could go buy some weapons and trinkets.
What is mead anyway? Is that like beer?
Gosh, I'm not sure. I think it's sort of like, I'm going to say the wrong thing. Somebody knows, but I think it has honey in it too. It's whatever process you use. It's fermented with honey and some other stuff.
So it's like a cross between beer and kombucha, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, all kinds of shows. They've got a bunch of guilds there and stuff too, which I saw this earlier. I'm not sure where it is, but anyway.
It says the JCPenney parking lot.
Well, that's where, so you can pay $5 to park at the JCPenney parking lot, and then the shuttle is free.
I see.
Anyway, it looks like fun. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Pony rides. Yeah.
So it's what,
could
at
go there.
Felicita Park or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Cool. They used to have a Renaissance fair in Hanford where I grew up.
Did you ever go there?
Yeah. Sort of. I mean, I went there. I mean, I went there. I didn't like, dress up or anything
Okay.
that
Anyway.
you know of.
So that I know of. So
That they know of, that anybody knows of. If I did dress up at a Renaissance fair, I'm not admitting it.
It sounds like you did.
No, I didn't.
I'm going to ask your mom.
Yeah, sure.
Let's call her right now. Does anybody think we should get Eric's mom on the phone? And she probably doesn't remember.
I didn't dress up at the Renaissance fair.
Okay. If you did, she'd probably give Mark credit for it.
Yeah, I went and I used the word hark and thee quite a bit, though.
All right. So here's an upcoming event that's not for this weekend, but the fair is coming up soon, and they recently put out their list of free concerts.
Ooh, free
Now,
concerts.
this is the Chevrolet Paddock concert series. These are the acts you can see for free. Of course, you have to still pay to get into the fair. Here, let me move us over so we're not in the way. Well, no, we're still in the way there. Maybe I'll put us up in the corner. We don't usually go up there too much. All right, let's try this. Blue Oyster Cult. Oh,
Nice.
Man, okay.
BOC.
I'm not going to say the name of this bank. Maybe this act, this musical act.
You mean Hoobastank?
Okay. You said it, so I don't have to. I'm not familiar with
ZZ
many
Top
of
Tribute?
these. Red Knot Chili Peppers.
Oh,
right?
interesting.
CNC Music Factory. I would go see them.
Everybody dance now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Jefferson Starship. I actually saw them when I was a kid at Redwood Bowl at HSU Humboldt State. I don't know who they. It looks like they have.
Who? I
Are
don't-
even any of these still originally members at all?
I'm not sure.
Well, that's not Grace Slick. I'm pretty sure.
No.
Okay.
And they've gone back to Jefferson Starship from Starship?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll look into that some more later. Anyway, there's some decent free concerts there you
Sure.
can check out.
BOC.
What else do we have next? Oh, God, if only I could read my look at these notes that I have. Those are my notes for what I'm supposed to tell you guys we're doing. And I made them somewhat hastily. Oh, I can read this. The 35th annual San Diego Music Awards are coming up. Now, this is a thing, I think Taylor Guitars is one of the biggest sponsors. So they have this event, the Music Awards, and the purpose is to raise money to buy guitars for school kids.
Ah,
Yeah. I assume Taylor Guitars, but anyway, there's a whole list of folks who have been nominated for the awards. And I got to be honest, I don't recognize most or any of them, but we've got categories such as folk and acoustic, jazz. I'm going to put us back down in the corner. Blues, country, hip hop. Okay.
these are all San Diego artists.
Yeah, San Diego artists.
A lot of them.
A lot of them. So this is happening, I think it's happening this weekend, and you can get tickets. But, I didn't even know this was a thing. Sounds like a worthy cause. So
Well, if they're sponsored by Taylor Guitar, then There's going to be some good guitars there. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite guitar is my Taylor.
Yeah, it sounds good. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, some crazy stuff happened in Temecula where a hot air balloon landed in somebody's backyard.
I saw this.
So it sounds like they got caught in some weird, like a weird wind situation, and then were running out of fuel, so they had to do an emergency landing. And they landed in the backyard of these folks in Temecula. Sounds like it was the pilot did a really good job of landing. So their doorbell started ringing, and here, let's see if we can get. Okay, I'm gonna try and turn on the closed captioning. I don't know why are there so many different settings? Here we go. This looks good. So these folks from Temecula, they kept getting ring notifications that somebody was in their backyard, and then people started ringing their doorbell, and it was 13 people who had been on the hot air balloon.
Yeah.
I don't know if this looks like maybe it was a reenactment.
Does look like that. But man, that's a sort of a pinpoint landing in a postage stamp sized backyard.
Yeah, they could have just as easily have taken out that fence.
Or wound up in those trees or on the roof. Yeah, it's a dangerous situation.
Job. I don't know if I would ride in a hot air balloon.
Yeah,
I do some dangerous stuff. Like if there's
you?
something that's like spinning fire, that's dangerous. I could catch myself on fire and burn to death. Not if you're watching and spotting me, but to me that's like it would be almost worth it, you know, because I kind of have to do that because it's important. But I don't have to ride in a hot air balloon.
Well, I certainly hope you don't burn to death.
Well, we take chances for the things that are important to us. And I don't know that riding in a hot air balloon is important enough to me to risk my life for it. Anyway. Oh,
well, there you go.
Yeah. Like you and you don't fly planes anymore, but, you know, back when we lived in a less complicated airspace and we didn't have, you know, kids depending on us, that was a dangerous thing that you did, even though it was dangerous. It was important to you and you did it. So
yes. Well, just like spitting fire, if you're careful and follow all the protocols and rules and regulations, it's not quite as dangerous.
You do your best not to go down in a, you know, flaming inferno. Mm-hmm. All right, Walmart. They're going to remodel a bunch of stores, including 10 of them in San Diego County.
Really?
Yeah. So they're going to remodel 56 stores in California in 2026, improving the layouts, expanding product options, enhancing in-store and online shopping. So here's a list of the stores that are going to be improved. And one of them is our store here in Poway. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I'm kind of surprised because that's a pretty nice Walmart.
Yeah.
So I think they've highlighted the ones in San Diego. We've got Chula Vista, El Cajon.
Also, it's only been a few years since they turned it into a Walmart supercenter.
It seems like it was recent, but I think it's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the Poway store is like the nicest Walmart I've ever been
Oh,
at.
Han, happy Friday, Han. Hot air balloon is uncontrolled flight. Yeah,
that is true.
I'm not sure I'm going to go on one, and these folks were lucky it ended so well for them. Okay, Murphy Canyon, Saturn Boulevard, College, where is this one? 710?
Dennery Road. Not sure.
Okay, Santee. Anyway, Walmart's getting some upgrades.
Nice.
Now, these next couple things, I got to be honest, I didn't look at them. You sent them to me. They're throwbacks from, I'm going to let you take the lead on this. These two tabs here.
Let's do the audio.
Oh, okay. So let's make it so the folks at home can hear as well. Now, these are News 8 throwbacks of, well, you tell us what it is.
Well, this apparently is the first.
Oh, yeah, Hannah's talking about the Renaissance Fair. Yeah, we talked about it that at the beginning, and we kind of have toyed with the idea of going. We might not make it because we're pretty busy, but definitely that's something cool that folks could do this weekend.
Yes, it seems cool. So this is a throwback to 1983 with the first 91X X Fest. So this was a alternative music festival in 1983 at then Jack Murphy Stadium, later Qualcomm Stadium. So this is for the News 8 throwback about that. Where is the audio?
The
Oh, here
audio.
we go. It's up here.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's go ahead.
Oh my.
What you are seeing is all very
I'm
modern,
gonna
so
turn
they
this
say.
down one
Modern
click
to the
here.
young people who are here for the first ever Modern Music Festival.
Modern English.
Oh, okay. I was 6 years old, so I wouldn't have been allowed to go to this anyway. How old were you in 1983?
12 and 13.
So you maybe could have gone.
I went.
Okay, they dress weird. Okay, maybe real weird. But not all of San Diego's young people who enjoy modern music shave or color their hair.
You can be part of the new music without shaving your head.
Enjoy it.
I know.
You can be normal and enjoy it, man. You don't have to be like those guys out
That guy
there.
has a cool
Why's your hair
mustache.
like that?
Yeah.
So I like it this style. Why is your hair like that?
I like it this style.
The festival is loud, but it is modern. The music must be good, or else there wouldn't be 25,000
Yeah, I went to my first
people
concert
here.
in 1983.
Suddenly, I don't
Okay.
feel so
What was it?
modern.
The Police.
Carlos
All right.
Amesqua, News 8, at the X Festival.
Yeah, Jack Murphy Stadium and then Qualcomm. What did they call it at the end? They called it something
Still
else.
Qualcomm.
I thought they called it.
Jack Murphy
What you are
Field at
seeing
Qualcomm
is all
Stadium. or
very
something.
modern,
I feel like they
so
called it
say.
something else
modern
after
to the young
Qualcomm.
people who are
Maybe.
here
After
for the
one of the
first
banks
ever
or something?
Modern Music
I'm not
Festival.
sure.
Maybe not.
I think when it closed, well, I think we've
Oh, okay.
we're
All right.
looping.
Let's move on to the next one. We need to close this tab or the audio is going to keep playing. Yeah, close.
All right,
Okay,
yeah.
Next one.
So that was 1983. What was going on in San Diego? Now this I found really interesting. This is La Jolla in 1965, and they're talking about this newfangled skateboard craze.
This day in history, we're taking a look back at our News 8 archives. Back on this day in 1965, a new craze was rolling through California
That
and
looks like a
quickly
good
taking over the
skateboarding
country.
hill.
Yes, you can see it here, skateboarding. They call it sidewalk surfing. Once just a surfer side hobby, and it was turning into a full-on national phenomenon.
Yeah, kids were hitting the sidewalk sometimes.
It seems like a
literally
better
as
workout than
injuries and
e-biking.
Complaints started piling up, but
Don't get
even
me
with the
started
bans
on
and
e-bikes.
warnings, well, even with them, people still gain traction with this sport.
Cool music.
Yeah.
I want to listen to some Dick Dale tunes later this evening. Remember Dick Dale? He was the king of the surf guitar.
Sure.
It's just a neat track that popped into my head.
Well, we'll get it going.
But that's a fun fact from a rock and roll history class I took like 30 years ago.
So yeah, I mean, people now, I've heard people defending these e-bike kids saying, hey man, it's just like skateboarding. But it's not, because skateboards don't like drive in traffic and go 30 miles an hour.
I feel like skateboarding is more of an art than e-biking too. Like you have to have some skill. You know, it's a real sport as opposed to e-biking.
Well, to me, e-bikes are, you know, it's a motorized conveyance. And when I was coming up, you could get a moped license when you were 15 and a half. And these e-bikes go as fast as, you know, a 50cc moped. And you got kids young kids on them.
Now we're checking out the eagles in Big Bear as we do every week now. These eagles, they're looking good. So there's the two chicks and they're growing super fast. The parents are doing a great job of feeding them and taking care of them. They're kind of they're big enough now that we don't have to worry so much about like ravens and other birds that might come and try and eat the chicks. The chicks are, you know, they're getting bigger and stronger. It looks like it's windy up there. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm gonna just back it up a little bit and see if we can get a picture of the chicks.
Oh, there we go.
Look how big they are, and they're
Yeah.
they're getting different colored feathers. I'm not sure which parent that is, either Jackie or Shadow. Let's see if we can back up a little bit more to a feeding. Yeah, here
Oh,
we
wow.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
look
big.
at these guys. They've had a really lucky run of weather too. Like last year, they had the chicks, and then right away there was like a really bad storm where the nest was covered in snow. And these two chicks, they had one snowy day, and it blew over. It wasn't too bad, but they've had some nice warm weather, and it looks like the fish in the lake are plentiful, and they're really coming up strong.
It's a good season to be an eaglet.
I think they're going to get their names pretty soon. You can pay money to put names in the hat for your ideas for the eaglet chicks, and then some third graders in a school in Big Bear, somewhere nearby, they get to make the final decision. I honestly didn't love the names that they picked last year. I know eaglets don't care what their names is, so that's fine. They called them Sunny, which I thought was great, and then the other one was named Gizmo, which I didn't think was a particularly great name for an eagle. I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I hope this year they pick more majestic names.
Yes, like you said, the eagles don't care.
Eagles don't care what their names are. Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, just in the last 2 years, we've watched this mating pair produce now 4 bald eagles.
Yeah, they're good-looking eagles too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put us back on the big screen here.
Okay.
And again, I usually have more stuff to talk about, but since we spent, oh gosh, okay, I just closed a window about something I wanted to. I had one more thing. Let me see if I can. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to put this back. Sorry, folks. Give me a second here. Okay, so weird news. Let's go to somewhere in California. But some folks were arrested for a scam where it was an insurance scam. They were posing as a bear.
Okay.
And making videos of themselves in luxury vehicles, tearing up the vehicles, and then they would submit insurance claims. So this is a picture of the suit that they were using to pose as the bear. We've got some claws and...
What if they're tearing up the inside of the vehicle? Don't they have to use the money to fix it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you can just get the money and use it for something. I'm not sure exactly how the scam works. But anyway, They're calling it Operation Bear Claw.
Wow.
It was a State Farm thing. Now, they didn't have any video here, so I was disappointed. I thought we might not actually see the video of the bear committing the crimes. But, here we go. I did find the video. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Let's look at some video of folks pretending to be bears to commit an insurance scam, which they did not get away with. I don't know if there's audio or not. Let's see.
Oh, there's something going on in that car.
Yeah. Maximize this. So the insurance folks were skeptical because they thought that the alleged bear was not moving like a bear, but like a human.
That's what I was going to say. It just looks like a human in a bear suit.
Person, yeah. I don't know if I should admit this or not, but I've seen a lot of footage of bears doing stuff in people's vehicles, like going in and getting a package of Oreos and tearing it apart, and
Yeah.
a side hobby. I like to look at videos of bears.
Bear video.
Bear videos, yes. And this, as a bear video expert, I can tell you that this does not look like a bear, something that a bear did.
Also, this damage is...
That's pretty... I could have done better than that. I mean, if
Yeah.
I were going to pose as a bear...
Plus, that's far too symmetrical.
Too neat. And yeah, no, you could tell a bear didn't do that.
A bear would have screwed that seat up.
Yeah, I've seen bear damage, and this ain't it.
Okay.
There's a little bit more.
Excuse me.
Yeah, okay.
That is so obviously not a bear.
Right. I'm glad these people got caught, because these folks, they're raising premiums for everyone. Like, we're all paying for this,
Yeah, insurance fraud.
Yeah.
Insurance fraud hurts everyone.
Right. These folks did not get away with it. This keeps looking like the same footage.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, that's what I wanted to show you. That's it.
Okay.
All right, that's all.
All right. Well, hope everyone has a really good weekend. as we mentioned in the beginning, we've had quite a day, so we're ready to eat some dinner and watch the last 2 episodes of Landman on Paramount.
Billy Bob Thornton, who
Yeah.
plays the same character he always plays, but
Yeah.
he does it well.
Yeah, Landman is pretty much just like Bad Santa, except in a cowboy hat.
Right.
But it's a decent show, and we're about to finish out the 2nd season today. And have some fun stuff going on this weekend, and
Yeah.
hopefully not too much work, and hopefully, hopefully somebody wins the lottery this weekend.
And just circling back to the beginning, what we learned today, well, we already knew, but if you've got elderly folks in your life, check in on them, make sure they know how to avoid scams, or at
Yes.
least do your best you can to try and counsel them on,
Yes.
not clicking on weird things on their computers.
If your
or
computer pops up and says, call this number, do not call that number.
No, call us or someone else that you trust.
Unplug the computer and run screaming out of the house.
Well, maybe just unplug the computer.
Yes.
Anyway, all right. Thank you for joining us, Han. Good to see you again. We totally appreciate you showing up and spending some time on Friday evening hanging out with us. Anybody else who watches later, light iced coffee, whether you're watching this weekend or next week or whatever, anytime, we totally appreciate it. We hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Not you, Art, though, because you haven't showed up for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, not you, Art.
Okay.